Get ready to discover the vibrant heart of Spain. Join us as we embark on a journey throughout the beautiful city of Madrid, home to iconic landmarks, stunning architecture, and rich cultural heritage. From the historic Puerta del Sol to the magnificent Royal Palace, we'll take you on a thrilling tour of the city's must-see sites. So sit back, relax, and get ready to explore the main Madrid sites with us. Hola, ¿qué tal? Hello, I am Tony Galvez from Road Trip Spain and Portugal, where we help you plan the perfect trip with practical information and insider tips. Let's jump directly to our list of Madrid must-see attractions. Discover the pulsing heart of Madrid's rich history. The Madrid de los Austrias, also known as the Madrid of the Habsburgs, is a historic neighborhood, a living legacy of the powerful Habsburg dynasty, who left their mark on the city with magnificent structures that evoke Spain's glorious imperial past. Step into the streets of Habsburg Madrid and be transported back in time as you immerse yourself in the rich history of the neighborhood, and when you're ready for a break, enjoy the endless bars, restaurants, and lively atmosphere that give this neighborhood its dynamic vibe day and night. A walk through this historic center will take you to some of Madrid's most iconic landmarks, making it a must-visit destination for history buffs and adventure seekers alike, such as the Plaza Mayor, Madrid's main square, built during the reign of Philip III, which is rectangular in shape and surrounded by three-story residential buildings. Do visit the square, but if you'd like our opinion, give the restaurants on the square a miss. They serve overpriced food. Next to the Plaza Mayor is the Mercado de San Miguel, St. Michael's Market, which is very popular with tourists visiting Madrid. It is a true work of art and one of the few modernist iron structures that can still be seen in Madrid. Sadly, it is no longer a true local market, catering just for tourists. Once again, if you like our opinion, go inside the market, have a stroll around, but skip the food. There are much better places in the center of Madrid for delicious tapas, as we showed you on our Madrid Tapas Tour video. Another highlight of the Madrid de los Austrias, close to the Mercado de San Miguel, is the Plaza de la Villa, the village square, a picturesque little square surrounded on three sides by well-preserved examples of typical Madrid Baroque. The main building in the square was once a prison, and for a long time the Casa de la Villa, the seat of Madrid's town hall. The most important temple of Habsburg Madrid is the Catedral de la Almudena, the Almudena Cathedral, dedicated to the patroness of Madrid. It is a relatively modern building. Its construction began in 1883 and was just completed in 1993. If you like to go inside the temple, the visit is free, but if you want to climb to the terraces with lovely views of Madrid, you will have to pay. Right next to the cathedral is the magnificent Palacio Real, the royal palace, which is not the actual residence of the Spanish royal family. They live on the outskirts of Madrid, but it is still used for official banquets, state ceremonies, and other important events. The palace is one of the must-see attractions of Madrid, and we very much recommend the visit. The palace is a stunning example of Baroque architecture with ornate facades and elaborate interiors that will leave you in awe. Visiting the Madrid Royal Palace is an opportunity to witness a piece of Spain's rich history and cultural heritage, and to marvel at the beauty and grandeur of this magnificent building. Quick hot tip: buy your tickets in advance to jump the slow queues. The Royal Palace is surrounded to the west and to the north by two beautiful gardens, the extensive Campo del Moro Gardens and the cozy Jardines de Sabatini. Access to both gardens is free, so do not miss the opportunity to visit them. The final highlight of our tour around Habsburg Madrid is the Plaza de Oriente, the Eastern Square, which is on the east side of the Royal Palace, hence its name. The square is an oasis of peace and tranquility. Directly opposite the Royal Palace, at the eastern end of the square, is the Royal Theatre, As you will see on the map, all the above mentioned points of Habsburg Madrid are in close proximity to each other, so you will be able to easily visit them on foot. The most convenient metro station to visit the region is Ópera. Plaza de Cibeles is one of the most extraordinary squares in Madrid. It is a cultural hub and a gathering place for locals, making it a great place to experience Madrid's vibrant energy and culture. At the center of the square there is a marble sculptural complex in neoclassical style. It is the Cibeles fountain, the Fuente de Cibeles, one of the most iconic landmarks in Madrid and a symbol of the city. The most important building in the square is the Palacio de Cibeles, formerly known as Palacio de Telecomunicaciones and today as Centro. The building, which looks like a cathedral, was built in 1909 to be the headquarters of the Spanish Post Office. In 2007 it became the new headquarters of the Madrid City Council, which until then had been located in the Casa de la Villa that we mentioned earlier when we toured the Madrid of the Austrias. In addition to the part where the City Hall officials work, Centro has more than 5,000 square meters of exhibition areas with free access to them. It is well worth going up to the Mirador Madrid, the building's rooftop terrace, from where you can enjoy beautiful views of the city, mainly of the whole region around Plaza de Cibeles, as well as other highlights of central Madrid. The observation deck is located on the 8th floor of the building's central tower, at a height of 70 meters. There are tours every half hour and the ticket office is inside the building. The lift takes you up and the visit is paid, although it is not very expensive. The other buildings that surround the square, including the Bank of Spain, the Palacio de Buenavista and the Palacio de Linares, are beautiful examples of Spanish architecture. The nearest metro station is Banco de España. The Puerta del Sol is one of the most famous and historic squares in Madrid and a key landmark in Spain. It is the perfect place for your first contact with Madrid. Puerta del Sol is a bustling hub of activity, hosting street performers, artists and political demonstrations. The square houses several iconic buildings and monuments, including a statue of King Charles III, one of the most important kings in Spanish history, and yet another popular symbol of Madrid, the statue of the bear and the madroño tree, known as the El Oso y el Madroño. The red brick building is the seat of Madrid's local government. On top of the building you will see the clock tower that becomes the main reference point for the New Year's Eve celebrations. Puerta del Sol is surrounded by shopping and dining options, making it a great place to enjoy a meal or do some shopping. It is also a very important transport hub with a major metro and railway station underneath the square. The Parque del Buen Retiro, or simply Parque del Retiro, is one of Madrid's oldest parks and has a rich history dating back to the 16th century. The park belonged to the Spanish monarchy until the 19th century, when it became a public park. The park features beautiful gardens, lakes and monuments, offering a peaceful escape from the city. It regularly hosts cultural events and exhibitions such as concerts, art shows and festivals. It is a very popular destination both for locals and tourists. It is such a joy to walk around the park that you could easily dedicate half a day to it. If you visit the Parque del Retiro, you shouldn't miss another nearby icon of Madrid, the Puerta de Alcalá. It is a monumental gate in neoclassical style. It was inaugurated in 1778 and it is just a few meters away from one of the entrances to the extensive park. If you plan on reaching the Retiro Park by metro, the most convenient metro station is the one called Retiro. Madrid is considered a world museum capital due to its large concentration of world-renowned museums. The Paseo del Arte, or Art Walk, is a cultural route in Madrid that connects several of the city's most important museums and art galleries. It includes institutions such as the Prado Museum, the Reina Sofía Museum, the Thyssen-Bornemisza Museum, and the Caixa Forum Madrid Cultural Center, among others. It is easily reachable from the Estación del Arte metro station. The Paseo del Arte offers visitors the opportunity to explore some of Madrid's finest collections of European and Spanish art, including works by famous artists such as Velázquez, Goya, El Greco, or Picasso. The route is a popular tourist attraction, and walking from one museum to another provides a unique cultural experience in one of Europe's most vibrant cities. The Paseo del Arte was recently included by UNESCO in its World Heritage List. But do not think for a minute the splendid collection of Madrid's museums ends here. From the wonderful National Archaeological Museum to the largely unknown Museo Geominero, one of Madrid's true hidden gems, there is one museum for everyone. And to help you with your choices, we recorded video number 82, where we present 20 outstanding museums in Madrid worth a visit. Have a look at it. Calle Gran Vía is one of the most famous avenues in Madrid. You should visit it due to its cultural significance and architectural beauty, as well as its thriving shopping and entertainment scene. The Gran Vía is famous for its impressive architecture, which combines elements of different styles such as Art Nouveau, Art Deco, and Neoclassicism. Many of the buildings along the street are considered architectural landmarks, and they reflect the city's growth and modernization during the early 20th century. The Gran Vía is also home to many theaters, cinemas, and cultural venues, making it an important center for the arts and entertainment in Madrid. It is also a popular location for locals and tourists who come to enjoy the street's vibrant atmosphere and nightlife. Some people call it Madrid's answer to Broadway. Finally, the Gran Vía is one of the most famous shopping streets in Madrid, with a wide variety of shops, department stores, and international brands. It's a popular destination for those looking for shopping and dining experiences. The Gran Vía begins at the Calle Alcalá and ends at the Plaza de España, or the other way around. If you'd like to see the avenue from above, keep in mind the following three viewpoints: the one at the top of the Círculo de Bellas Artes, the one on the Gourmet Experience floor at El Corte Inglés Callao, and the rooftop terrace at the Hotel Río. We have given details of the three places we've just mentioned, and many others too, at our video number 80, with the best places to see Madrid from above. Check them out if seeing a large city from above is your thing. Close to the Plaza de España end of the Gran Vía, you will find a unique treasure of Madrid, El Templo de Debod, the Temple of Debod. It is the only Egyptian architectural work that can be seen in Spain. It was originally built 15 kilometers south of Aswan in Egypt, very close to the first waterfall of the Nile. But in 1960, the threat to the archaeological heritage posed by the Aswan Dam construction project forced UNESCO to ask member countries for help in trying to preserve the rich historical legacy of the region. In gratitude for the help given to save the Abu Simbel complex, in 1960 the Egyptian government donated the Temple of Debod to Spain. The temple is free to visit, but if you want to go inside, you will have to queue within the opening hours. The temple is located in a very pleasant park with a viewpoint at the back with beautiful views of the south of Madrid. You will see the Royal Palace and the Almudena Cathedral, and in the lower part of the city, the gigantic expanse of the Casa de Campo Park. It's an especially popular spot at the end of the day when many people come to watch the sunset. Chueca and Malasaña are two traditional neighborhoods in Madrid. For a long time, they were outside the traditional tourist circuits of the city, which is no longer the case. Chueca is the neighborhood where you will find the most alternative and bohemian corners of Madrid, largely because it's the city's gay district, but also because it's the preferred neighborhood of young people from a wide variety of backgrounds. Malasaña was the center of the Movida Madrileña, the counter-cultural revolution that followed the end of Franco's regime and which had its heyday in the 1980s, with lots of music, freedom of expression and drugs too. Today Malasaña is a more bourgeois district that has become a haven for hipsters. Its streets are full of pop art, local and international brand shops and alternative stores. On a Sunday morning, nothing is more Madrileño-like than a visit to El Rastro. El Rastro is the most famous outdoor flea market in Madrid. It is known for its cool atmosphere, unique shopping experiences and historical significance. It is a popular destination for tourists and locals alike, offering a wide range of goods, including antiques, vintage clothing, handmade crafts and local products, as well as the usual globalized junk you will find in other flea markets across the world. El Rastro expands along the Ribera de Curtidores Street and quite a few side streets as well. Metro La Latina is closest to the initial end of the market. 2 insider tips if you are planning on visiting the Rastro, which only takes place on Sundays. Try to arrive before 11 a.m. if you want to avoid the unbearable crowds, and pay particular attention to pickpockets. The Rastro is one of those places where they thrive. Madrid Río is an extensive linear park bordering the banks of the Manzanares River. It was built for most of its extension on top of the M30 ring road that now runs in the underground. Madrid Río is filled with interesting places such as Matadero Madrid, a former slaughterhouse and today an exciting cultural center full of activity. Or the Palacio de Cristal de Arganzuela, the Arganzuela Crystal Palace, with its greenhouses which are free to visit. The Pasarela de Arganzuela is a unique architectural structure that features a curved design and connects the 2 sides of the river. It is one of our favorite modern pieces of infrastructure in Madrid. Puente de Toledo is a historic bridge built in the 18th century. And on its final stretch, the park runs behind the Campo del Moro and the Palacio Real, where the very Instagrammable Madrid sign is. If you have half a day to spare, Madrid Río is a terrific walk, even more so if you are traveling with kids. There's plenty of fun for them at the park too. You could begin your walk at Legazpi metro station and finish at Príncipe Pío at the other end of Madrid Río. And with Madrid Río, which is one of our favorite spots in Madrid, ends our review of the must-see attractions you shouldn't miss during your visit to the city. Now, you might be wondering, what is the best time of the year to visit Madrid? How many days should I spend in the city? Where should I look for accommodation? What would be the best day trips from Madrid? Well, you will see now on the screen the video we recorded where we answered all those basic questions anyone planning a visit to Spain's capital will need to ask themselves. We'll be waiting for you in that video.